You might think you've seen this watch before, but you'd only be half right. What am I talking about? Stay tuned to find out. Hi World Tempest family, welcome to another hands-on session with the World Tempest Showcase. We have with us today the latest releases of the Czapek and Company Geneva Watch. The difference between the two is in dial color. Both are in flanqué enamel, and I'll explain what that means in a bit, but you can see that one of them is blue and the other is green. According to the official information from Czapek, the official name for these shades is sapphire blue and emerald green. If you're saying to yourself, hang on, I'm sure I've seen these watches in the Czapek collection already. These aren't new, Suzanne, you're lying to us. First of all, I would never. Second of all, they're not the same as the watches you saw before. There are mechanical differences between the new Geneva Watch Sapphire Blue and the one that was released in 2019. And the green enamel dial that we saw in 2018 was a different green, rainforest green. The dial details are different as well, so the changes are both aesthetic and mechanical. Let's get into the main new update, which is the movement. You'll immediately notice that the movement is now open-worked. According to Czapek, this is in order to increase the overall coherence throughout the brand's movements. Following the success of the Antarctic over the last couple of years, it's clear that people really appreciate the design of this watch, and that includes its very modern, textured approach to open-worked movements. Because it's currently the most visible and popular collection at Czapek, it makes sense to bring the other movements in line with it, so they all share the same vocabulary in terms of movement design. Now, just to refresh our memories a bit, the Geneva collection and the movement itself was originally inspired by an 1850s pocket watch made by François Czapek. You can immediately see, if you put them side by side, the resemblance in terms of both the dial layout and the movement construction. So because of this historical link, it's not really an option to replace the movement. It's important to maintain that level of continuity for the collection. The construction of the plates and bridges was therefore preserved, and skeletonization was carried out accordingly. The movement finish is a mix of sandblasted surfaces and polished bevels, which is very contemporary. So even if you appreciate the classic looks of the Roman numerals and enamel dial on the front of the watch, turning it over reminds you immediately that this is a modern creation. Adding to this is the free-sprung variable inertia balance, as you can see from the inertia blocks on the arms of the balance wheel. The variable inertia balance is generally considered a cut above the smooth balance wheel, which is associated with high volume production watches. Compared with the other common alternative, the traditional screwed balance, the variable inertia balance is also perceived as being more modern. This fits perfectly with the identity of Czapek and Company, the modern reinterpretation of traditional watchmaking. I mentioned earlier that the dial is in flanqué enamel, which basically means that the guilloche dial has been coated with translucent vitreous enamel, combining the intensely pigmented and clear colors of translucent enamel with a textured surface. Our brain is fundamentally wired to respond to light and color, and a flanqué enamel dial plays on this. You could say we're literally built to appreciate this. Check out the hands as well. Personally, I prefer the open-worked arrow hands that Czapek also offers as an option, but these fleur-de-lis hands allude to the pocket watch made by François Czapek in the 1850s. The fleur-de-lis is a symbol used in heraldry that is strongly associated with the French rulers, and it's pretty interesting because you might remember from history that mid-19th century France was oscillating between royalist, imperialist, and republican regimes. Now, François Czapek's business partner was actually super tight with Emperor Napoleon III, and Czapek was appointed watchmaker to the imperial court. So that's your little watchmaking history fun fact of the day. Now, in terms of indications, we have the hours and minutes, small seconds right over here. And this subdial here has two functions, indication of the day and power reserve. this double-sided hand moves downwards to show the number of remaining days of power reserve from 7 to 1, while it simultaneously moves upwards to tell you what day of the week it is. Initially, I wasn't really sure about this feature because you basically have to make sure you wind the watch fully on Sunday, otherwise the day indication won't be accurate. You see what I mean? If you wind your watch to the maximum on the Wednesday, the power reserve will say you have 7 days left, which is true, but it will also point to Sunday on this end, which won't be true. Once again though, this is a nod to the historical pocket watch. Apparently, in 19th century Europe, clocks were wound once a week after Sunday Mass. The double indication makes a lot more sense in this context. I mean, it still kind of makes sense now if you keep in mind that timepieces in general can lose a bit of precision towards the end of their power reserve. Not that a fine watch should lose precision at all, but if it does happen, I'd say that Friday night to Sunday morning is probably the best time to have a more relaxed approach to punctuality. So there you go. Thanks for staying with us while we explore the new Czapek and Company Quai de Bègue, a guilloché emerald green and sapphire blue. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to click like and subscribe to our channel if you'd like to see more content like this. Take care and bye for now.